Now let's take a look at the angles inside a polygon. Remember, we talked about before polygon. I even gave you guys names. Polygons are figures that are closed, and the outside are all straight. Now, when I talk about the angles on the inside, I'm talking about these angles. The interesting part of the angles on the inside is the amount of angles on the inside is the same numbered as the amount of sides. If you notice, I have 6 angles on the inside and I have the same sides. I have 6 sides. Now we're going to find how much all of them add up to. So that's what we're going to call this interior angle sum. So I'm asking how much are all of them going to add up to. Round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. Now, first of all, I'm going to say, let's say n equals 6. So I'm going to have 6 angles, right? I can count the sides. It's a little bit easier to count the sides. For the angles on the inside, I'm going to use a formula. I'm going to say n minus 2 times 180. N is how many sides the figure has, or how many angles, right? It's the same number. So in this case, there's 6 sides, or 6 angles. I'm just going to say 4 times 180. Remember, 6 minus 2, that's where I got the 4. Now, 4 times 180, 720. So the angles on the inside are 720. That's it. Let's take a look at number 20. Let me find out how many angles on the inside I have. It's easier for me to count the sides. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say n equals 11. That's how many sides because it's the same amount of angles. So there's 11 angles. Now, remember the formula. N minus 2 times 180. That's going to tell me how much all the angles on the inside add up to. So I'm just going to go 9 times 180. Right, there's 11 sides, so 11 minus 2, that's where I got the 9. 9 times 180, I'm just going to say all the angles on the inside add up to 1,620. That's how I find out how much all the angles on the inside add up to. So we're going to call that the interior angle sum. You're going to add the angles on the inside. Now, to play around a little, I'm going to ask you guys to find the measured of one interior angle in each regular polygon. Now, the word regular means that they all have the same length. All the angles are the same. So round your answer to nearest tenth if necessary. In this case, you might deal with some decimals. First of all, find out how much all of the angles add up to. Let me count my sides. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's 9 sides. Now, remember, for me to find out how much all of them add up to, I'm going to go, the formula is n minus 2 times 180. So I'm going to go 7 times 180. 7 times 180 is 1,260. This is how much all of them add up to. Now, my question here is, how much is one of them? Now, there's 9 of them, right? There were 9 to begin with. So this number, 1,260, let me divide this by 9, and that gives me 140. Some of your answers might be decimals, so you're going to round it to the nearest tenth. Nearest tenth means 1 decimal place. All right, let's take a look at another example. Number 22. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's 10 sides. Remember the formula for me to know how much all of them add up to is n minus 2 times 180. So I'm just going to go 8 times 180. 8 times 180 is 1,440. I'm going to divide this by 10. Right? All of them is 1,440. I want to know how much is one of them, so I'm going to divide this by 10. In my case, I have 144. Some of your cases might be decimals. Don't forget to round it to 1 decimal place. Don't forget to look at the second decimal place. If it's 5 or more, round it up. If it's 4 or less, just ignore it. So don't forget the rules of rounding. Now, let's talk about the exterior angles. Questions 23 and 24. Now, an exterior angle, looking at a polygon, what an exterior angle is, if I was to extend each of my sides, if I was to make a picture look like this, I want to know how much is each angle. Because here the question is, find the measure of one exterior angle in each regular polygon. Notice how I didn't ask you find out how much all of them add up to. I didn't ask you for the exterior angle sum. And the reason why is because the angles on the outside, they will always add up to 360. The angles on the outside, they always add up to 360. So for number 23, let me find out how many sides I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 sides. Now, I know all of them add up to 360. So all of them is 360. Let me divide it by 12 because I have 12 of them. 360 divided by 12, that's 30. So each angle on the outside is 30. Looking at number 24, I have 5 of them. There's 5 sides. That means I have 5 angles. I know all of the angles on the outside is always 360, always. Let me divide it by 5 because there's 5 of them. That means that each of them is 72 degrees. The angles on the inside do have a formula, n minus 2 times 180. That's how much all of them add up to. Now the angles on the outside, exterior angles, all of them add up to 360. All right, make sure you have fun with your homework.